Hey Aradhna. Hello everybody. Happy Friday. I'm good. How are you, Adriana? So good to see you all back. And it's a happy Friday and my happy space at Namami. Friday 6 p.m. Since we are waiting for some more to join in, tell me how have you all been? I know you can all type it in. And like I say, that Instagram needs to start a chat column where you can hear each other. Okay. So, well, a lot of you might be younger, a lot of you might be guys there. So today's topic might be a little irrelevant for some of you. But of course, for the younger females, it is something to hear and watch out and follow and adhere to. So my today's topic is menopause. And I like to break it up into me, no, pause. Yes, I totally believe that why should something like menopause or anything in your life bring your life to a halt or pause your activities? And for a lot of women who are post 40, a lot of us, even me, we all face issues that are related to menopause. It's actually a body's way of adjusting to the changes in life or in age and hormones that we're all facing. So, we actually have 3 phases of menopause called perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. Let me tell you a little about the perimenopause and menopause phase. Here we have some symptoms which are similar to a perimenopausal and menopause. It might carry on, and the perimenopausal phase actually begins even 7-8 years before you hit menopause. So the changes start setting in, and what are the basic symptoms that one faces during that time? Of course, it is skipping of your periods, spotting, irregular periods, scanty or heavy periods. The PMS gets worse, joint and ache pains, headaches, weight gain, which is like one of the biggest challenges most of the women face, apart from mood swings, anxiety, depression, and some health issues. You might go into thyroid issues, you might have heart issues, lung issues, plus hair loss, hair thinning, dull skin, sagging skin. These are all menopausal symptoms, and the most common ones also, apart from weight gain, one feels is hot flushes. That is something we don't really have control to. I don't want to go on with a list of all the symptoms, but yes, you can prepare for them, and the prep work actually starts years before you hit menopause. So what is the relief or the factors that can help you overcome this problem and fight it out? The number one change you can bring in is a lifestyle change. So if you're leading a more sedentary lifestyle, please switch to a more active one, because that is what is going to help you fight and face the menopause bang on. If you remember, since I have come into my fitness industry for the past 8 years, I have only heard about menopause, like how thyroid, PCOD, menstrual issues, which was never heard earlier ever. Did you ever hear our moms or grandmothers talking about something called menopause? But every lunch or kitty or a female gathering that we sit and close to 45, the only discussion is weight gain and menopause. Why are we letting it bog us down so much? And I feel, why to put so much energy there? It's a phase of life. Take it as another phase in your life. Just as we took adolescent, puberty, youth, and the onset of the 40s. Similarly, you need to take it bang on, happily embrace whatever is coming to you. Don't put your energies to that oh my God, I'm going to put on weight now, oh my God, I'm hitting menopause, oh yeah, it'll happen because I'm going to be, hitting menopause, so ye to hoega hi. So yeah, Namrita, I just mentioned some of the symptoms of menopause. I will take your questions later, but I will keep answering a few right now because it's related to what I'm talking. So women normally hit menopause after 40. It could be at 42, 44, but the body starts coming into those same mode of menopause, which is called perimenopausal, at around 42 or 43 years of age. It might be very tiny symptoms. It might be just some irregular periods, mood swings, loss of libido. You might have some urinary changes. These are all signs to look into. Yeah, when you sometimes pass a little pee, when you sneeze or you cough, that is when it is. Or your weight starts going up even when you are eating right or you working out right. A lot of people say, I hit the weight loss plateau, I'm doing everything right and still it's not happening. Plus anxiety and depression for no reason, mood swings. So yeah, those are, Saurabh, you have a lot of information on that. So those are all the symptoms you would start seeing. So watch out for that. So now I was coming to what you can do to fight it. Of course, the major part of my discussion is going to hit with exercises, but let's talk a little before that of what you can bring in your lifestyle changes. Yes, Anusha, menopause can really cause irritation, unnecessary mood swings. So tell your children and your husband or your friends and family to stay away and not keep pricking you and aggravating your little anger zone or triggering it. You're welcome, Namrata. So lifestyle changes में सबसे पहले आता है diet. We all know it, we all talk about it. But you need to adjust your diet. Even if you're eating healthy, you need to add a few things here that are going to help you fight the bone loss, muscle mass, osteoporosis. Those are the major things that you face when you hit menopause. So you need to increase your calcium in the diet, have more dairy products. If you're not lactose intolerant, you can go in for more vitamin D supplements or vitamin E foods. You can have more fish, eggs, have your omega-3s, increase your supplements up. Primrose oil is a fabulous supplement to bring your mood swings in balance, hormones in balance, and help you sleep better. Apart from that, my favorite is a collagen powder. I know it's really popular to have collagen powders in forms of powder, serum, tablets. It's all out there. But I would advise even girls as young as 30, 35 to start collagen powders, because your body starts producing less estrogen and more cortisol comes up. So your collagen starts going down, and that's for the major reason for sagging skin, lines and wrinkles. So start picking up on the collagen powder. There are loads available in the market, and I would say have a marine collagen powder if you eat non-vegetarian. And 10 grams every day. So I want to give you a secret here that your skin cells change every 6 to 8 weeks. You get new cells or they get regenerated again. So if 8 weeks you really look after your skin, have a lot of fruits and vegetables, give it nice leafy vegetables, right? And phytoestrogen foods, which are the ones that mimic estrogens. So because your body starts dropping estrogens, that's why we need to pick up on foods that are high on estrogens and can mimic that estrogen and naturally give us that level again, which is soya, tofu, tempeh, miso, and other foods like tomatoes, oats, what else? Okay, there's a long list there. Chickpeas, flax seeds. These are all the foods that you can add in, and you must bring in nuts and all these seeds to pick up the antioxidants as well, the green tea, dandelion tea. Bring down your caffeine if you can, and try and pump up more antioxidants. Okay, so what are the exercises? Yes, I'm coming to that, Priya. That's my favorite topic, you know that. Let's see a little more questions. What we have, I feel very irritated. What should I do? So Priya, the primrose oil is really going to help you, and try and catch up on as much sleep as possible. I have reiterated it in every talk show of mine that sleep is very important for all of us to heal mentally, physically, emotionally. So you need to catch up on an 8-hour sleep for sure to fight any mood swings. Yes, exercises. So this is my most important concern here. You can fight any menopausal symptoms that you have, and you will hit menopause, but it doesn't have to be accompanied with weight gain. It doesn't have to have mood swings. You can fight it if you start preparing your body from the age of 40. So the prep work includes 6 days of workout. I spoke about diet just now. Let's move to workouts. 6 days of workouts or 7 days of workout you have to bring in, Priya, and all my friends here. Cardios, definitely at the premenopausal stage, and you have to bring in strength training and resistance training workouts. That is what is going to help us build muscle. And believe me, the first thing that you lose is bone mass and muscle mass when you hit menopause, and you get joint pains and aches, headaches, all of that. So you need to bring in strength training to build in more muscle. And of course, for that, you need to eat more proteins, right, to help you build muscle. Building blocks are the muscles, and plus they help you in repair work of fighting any wear and tear. So that's the lifestyle changes I'm talking about. Yes, these are all the lifestyle changes that I'm saying. You need to bring in more hydration. Water is very important. Coconut water is a fabulous drink. Okay, so you need to have that because that is the one that actually has a lot of electrolytes naturally. So start pumping in more coconut water. Workouts, like coming back to that now, you need to have 5 days of some form of cardio. If you have joint pains, if you're facing some challenges with your back or knees, try and go for walks. If you can't pick up jumps or a little high intensity cardio, but you can do low intensity cardios as well. You can pick up HIIT workouts. They are fabulous way to hit weight gain. So high intensity workouts do not have to be super high intensity. You can bring them up with a low intensity combination. So the whole idea is to bring your heart rate up and down. Okay, so where you do a little bit of a cardio, a little bit of jumping and jumping jacks, or some skater hops, or some scissor lunges, you will bring it down with a combination of maybe some ab exercises on the mat, some plank work, and combine it like that. Well, what should we avoid so that the symptoms won't get any worsen? Foods is a major part to do that. So you will avoid anything which triggers that is fatty foods, spicy foods, and fried foods. That is the major cause of letting that irritation hit the peak. So please bring down your spicy foods so not worsen the system. And if you have a job where you're sitting most of the times, or if your lifestyle calls for sitting most of the times, please stand. Walk around every 20 minutes. Please walk around so you bring in some movement. So let me tell you a workout plan here because we'll run out of time. During perimenopausal, please go all out. If you don't have any health issues, do more cardio and a combination of strength training. You need, and in menopause stage as well, 5 days of cardio and a mix of high intensity or low intensity workouts. You could go in for walks, dance around, okay, go hiking, whatever you can do. 3 days minimum of weight training. Weight training could be any form of resistance training with weights. You can do a TRX suspension training. Pilates is fabulous and my favorite. Of course, I am a Pilates instructor. You all know me as Kitty Kalra, the Pilates expert. So Pilates stands to be my favorite form of fitness and workout always, because it works on strengthening the smaller muscle groups that are actually strengthening and holding the bigger muscle groups. So it's a fabulous combination. Plus, it also works beautifully on bone health, balance, stability, which a lot of women start facing after menopause. And then, apart from that, 2 days of stretching and yoga with meditation is very important for all of us to fight the symptoms of anxiety, depression, and stress. So, mark it here. 5 days of cardio. It could be low intensity with just walks. And a walk circuit is my favorite, where you simply walk and pick up a jog after 3 minutes and then walk and then pick up a jog or run. 5 days of cardio, 3 days of strength training with weights, and 2 days of yoga or stretching and meditation. Okay, so that's where it is. Now, what are the kind of workouts that you can do? Right now, none of us have access to the gym, but you have a beautiful room where you can be. We're all blessed to have a lovely home. You just need space for a mat. I'm going to tell you simple 10 exercises that you can do. Yes, body weight training is fabulous, and it's fabulous for belly fat also. But belly fat you actually hit more with a combination of cardio and some exercises that I'm going to tell you now, which include ab crunches and planks. Those are my favorite to hit belly fat. But belly fat, of course, is a lot to do with your diet, not moving, and a sedentary lifestyle, wrong eating habits, or eating too many big portions of the healthy food. So remember, your portions have to be small. Eating healthy, bigger portions is not going to help. All right? So you need to cut down on the food sizes and portions as well. And I'm going to tell you, Kapalbhati is fabulous. Like I said, yoga. You need to do 2 days of yoga and pranayam, which is Kapalbhati included in it, Alom Vilom, and the Bhastrika, Brahmani. These are all very calming down, stretching exercises or breathing exercises. So yoga has to be done twice. Should you consult a doctor while hitting menopause? Not really, if you don't have any issues. Like I've said, you will get mood swings. You might be putting on weight unnecessarily. You will have irregular periods or scanty or heavy periods. You will have loss of libido and urinary changes. So just watch for those. I don't really see the reason for you to find and go and meet a doctor if you're really not facing too much of issue. Apart from that, I'm going to tell you now the exercises. We were talking about workouts. Reverse crunches, very important. 10 exercises here. The first one is a reverse crunch, ab crunches. You can do them however you want to, modified versions or progressive with your legs extended out or in tabletop position or your knees down, feet down. Planks, my favorite workout. Totally, it's a full body workout that actually engages your midsection. So from your obliques till your sorry, did I disappear? Okay, so planks, side planks, arm series. Arms is a very important area to target and work out, friends, because we start putting on armpit fat. I call it mutton. I don't like the word, but just for fun. So you start putting on weight under your armpit, and the bra bulge is what I call it. So arm circles push door arms and open elbows. Okay, arm circles or breaststroke arms. These are my 3 or 4 favorite arm exercises that work on every muscle on my arm and every area of the arm. Okay, other than that, lunges and squats to fight any deposits on your hips when you put on weight or your thighs. So these are a few exercises that you have to do, and 30 seconds or 40 seconds of each exercise. You can pick up 2 reps if you have time. Do them in the morning, do them in the evening. I will tell you my fitness regime and my workout plan, so you can incorporate a little bit. Well, I've been an athlete, I've been into sports all my life, so that's why I hope I don't really face menopause. I am facing a little perimenopausal. If you ask my husband and my children, I am a little irritated sometimes, and I hope it's not related to perimenopausal. I hope it's them who are triggering it. Okay, it's not me. But yes, a little bit around the belly area. Even I'm seeing changes of continuing to eat the same diet, working out the same, but still putting on a little weight around or fat around the midsection, and not able to lose even 200 grams if I want to. So those are changes, and I've accepted it. So the biggest tip that I'm going to give you today: embrace your changes. Accept whatever your body is telling you, listen to it, and it's all right. Everything passes. So I actually do 3 days of high intensity workouts, which is my cardio, and 3 days I go for a walk, brisk walk combination with a little jog and walk. So that makes it 6 days of my cardio. 1 day I swim, which is also a form of cardio. So these are 6 days of my high intensity or a cardio workout that I do. 3 days I do Pilates, half 30 minutes on the mat, which is my own body weight workout, or sometimes I'll pick up an equipment like a Pilates circle or a TheraBand or a loop band and do it, or just Pilates reformer or the machines. Those are 3 days. 2 days I do yoga, stretching and meditation and breathing pranayam. It really keeps me healthy and happy, and I hope also fit to fight the menopause. Okay, so this was about perimenopausal and menopause. So the good news is, once you're done with menopause, your reproductive system has slowed down, your ovaries have slowed down, you don't need to worry about getting pregnant. You don't need to worry about buying sanitary napkins and spending money on that. You could use that money somewhere else. You don't need to keep a track on dates. So there is so much to smile about, right? So much to be in gratitude for. Plus, if you start looking after your skin during menopause, you will be able to look even more glowing, more happy, and you know, we all get an attitude after 45 that you don't give an F about anyone else. So it starts reflecting on your face, you start glowing, and that's what is the good part about post-menopause, or once it's done and over with. Okay, let's see, take some questions. Come on, bring it on. Can we have some women? I can only see Saurav bringing in questions. I don't know if he's doing it for his sister or his wife or mother, but that's too cute. Okay, so someone asked me about a better skin. Yes, that's also one of my favorite topics, because at the age where I am, and so many of us are, we're always tackling skin issues, so we don't go into fine lines, wrinkles, or at least try and combat it to the maximum so that they are visible minimum. So the first and the most important thing is about skin: switch to nice healthy vegetables and fruits. These are what are going to give you a glow, not just on your face but also in your hair. Okay, then, like I said, antioxidants, green teas, chamomile teas, peppermint teas. How can we create mental wellness? Sleep well, pranayam, meet friends, go for a coffee, work out, because that releases happy hormones or endorphins and fights cortisol, which is a hormone that makes you put on fat and stress. So try and work out with friends. That's what I can think of. Mental wellness. Love yourself. Give yourself a good hug every day. Say I love you to yourself in the mirror. These are some of my little go-to things to keep myself happy. Hair loss. Yes, I know. 35, Janvi. Come on. Let's start looking after that hair. 35 is a little early. So Janvi, you need to get your tests done to figure out why you're losing hair. Is there any vitamin deficiency that you have? So please start checking that. Meet a doctor definitely if at 35 you're losing hair. And pick up supplements. Biotin is very important for you. And good hair oils, coconut oil. I will tell you a very good oil that I use. It's kachi ghani sarson ka tel, and I boil kadi patta in it and methe dane, and I boil it, give it 3 or 4 boils, leave it overnight, and then I start using it from the next day onwards. And I only use or leave it in my hair for 20 minutes. So that's a good hair tip, but taking biotin too. Janvi, it'll take you about 6 to 8 months for the hair to start coming back and for results to show. If it really doesn't help, there are very good therapies out there. There is something called the PRP therapy for hair. So you could try and go in for that, where they take out your own blood, clean the plasma, inject it with more collagen, and then pump it back into your scalp or even on your face for a nice glow. Okay, questions. Also for skin, we were talking. Try and bring a nice exfoliation routine for your skin twice a week. Don't overdo it, don't over rub it. So you can fight off the dead skin, and then put a nice calming mask, whatever suits your skin. I don't know what, if you have dry skin or oily skin, according to your type, put a nice hair mask. Start putting vitamin C serum post 35 at night. Actually 20-25 is when I tell my boys to use it. Vitamin C serum at night. Any suggestions for acne marks? Vitamin C serum is very good for acne marks, Takshima. Also, you get certain creams in the market that you can use for acne marks. Try that. Even hyaluronic acid is very good. Okay, bring it on. Come on, menopausal question answers. I'm not a doctor. Acne issue could be just hormonal. I face that. My only issue that I'm majorly facing, and I think and I like to put it on menopausal, so I hope it dies down after 2 years or 3 years, is acne. And I'm told it's all hormonal because I eat very well. So once, I guess, when the menopausal phase is over, my hormones have settled, they've gone back to their original places and not playing around, creating havoc inside my body, I hope my acne also settles. But then bring in a lot of green juices to fight acne issue. Shiny, Clara, whatever the name is. Which brand of vitamin C? Janvi, Flavo C is very good, and I use something called Seascape. They're all a little expensive. It's about $2,500, $3,000, but believe me, it's worth it. You need to wash your face at night with a good face wash and apply vitamin C serum. Dab it, and then apply a nice night moisturizer or a nice stem cell cream, and then sleep. It really works overnight in healing your skin and your face. Okay guys, so we discussed more or less how to cover hair patches. Could you please recommend? You do get hair patches, I know, which you just paste it on, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a hair transplant specialist, so I guess you'll have to visit a hair doctor or a dermatologist to ask that. Okay, another 5 minutes of question answers, please. Let's have them flowing. Keep yourself hydrated. Water and alkaline water is very important because it has antioxidants which helps flush out the toxins and fight your skin issues and inner health issues. Keep your gut clean. Make sure you don't have constipation. So bring in a lot of green juices. Acne in 21. Meet a dermatologist. 21 is just an age where the body is still moving out from puberty, adolescent into a youth. So it could face those issues still. It settles down. But look at your diet, Clara. Neck darkness. Start vitamin C. I'm telling you, it's a magical ingredient. It should help. Yes, we can't do much about the acne during PMS. A lot of dermatologists recommend isotroin, but I would still say meet your dermatologist and start that, Takshima, if they recommend. It does help acne. Okay guys, menopause. कुछ तो पूछो उसके बारे में. Okay, so that's what it was. You need to start prepping now if you have to hit menopause. If you're around 40, 38, 40, start bringing in, yes, Seascape is the vitamin C I use. Start bringing in a lot of workout, friends. If you're working out, you're already attacking those hormones which are ready to attack you. So might as well prepare like a shield, workout and the right diet, good food, lean proteins, complex carbs, healthy fats, a lot of water, sleep, antioxidants, supplements like omega-3, collagen powders. That's about a summary. Yes, that's about it. So these are all the things that you can start incorporating earlier before you hit menopause or when you hit menopause. Stay happy, meditate, find people who make you positive, who make you smile. Do something that you love, dance, hear music. It is all here. So let's take the word menopause out of our life and just go through every day beautifully, just as usual. All right? Nothing is so heavy and so big that it will bring you down and bog you down. Stay happy and healthy. Yes, Takshima, that was the vitamin C serum that I mentioned. Seascape is a very good one. Flavo C is another one if you don't get that. Okay guys, this is Kitty Kalra signing off from Namami Life, and we have an app that you can follow as well. So stay glued on for more health and fitness tips. See you all. Have a blessed weekend. I love you.